Sup dudes and dudettes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Nightbird, and yes, I know, it has been a while. I have been going through some personal problems, but I managed to finish the promised painting. Now, without further ado, I would like to talk about some of the decisions that came into making both paintings. Initially, I just wanted to do just both half portraits that once put together make a complementary face. I had not planned the backgrounds. Those came when I noticed that in order to have some of the iconic hairdos, I needed to make their faces a bit smaller. And this led to more background space. Then I was like, it would be nice to include some of the gears that are seen on Vi's tattoo, like in her neck tattoo, as the background, and maybe some of Jinx's hallucination doodles or sketches like around in her painting. But then before even starting in the background design, I thought of how maybe I should include Vander, Clagger, and Milo. I was honestly a bit hesitant about it since I'm not used to doing portraits as much, and I would not only be doing Vi and Jinx, but I would also be doing 4 portraits in one painting in the Vi's painting. Well, more like 3.5 since it's just half of Vi's face. But I took it as a challenge, and hey, I think I did decent. Now guys, with this decision, since I was to flip to Jinx's painting and I wanted it to be oppositional, meaning that if I did a lighter color on the Vi painting, it meant that I was to go darker on Jinx's painting. This darkness will also help me a lot on the neon effect that I was planning on using for the background, as Jinx's altered images of her lost ones appeared every once in a while in the series, but oh boy, that episode 3, just got me. It was so intense. But throughout the episodes, one can notice scribbles or sketches or a sort of handmade plushie figure of Clagger and Milo. So I was gonna use those in comparison to the portraits I did for Vi's painting. I do have to mention, guys, how hard it was for me to come to this decision. It was like, should I do the images of Milo and Clagger that appear when Jinx uses the blue light calling out to Vi? And then maybe an image of Vander when he uses the purple thing to save Vi on episode 3? Or maybe should I do the images she sees on the last episode when Vi is asking her to snap out of it? I honestly love this idea, but there was a small problem with that. The problem being that I did not really like Vander's sketchy version from Jinx's hallucinations. I love Milo's, I love Clagger's, but not really Vander's, so I was in a big dilemma. Furthermore, the problem with doing the other option was that in order to complement Vi's painting and be a sort of opposite, I would have to do it in dark blue, maybe some hint of light blue and black, and I did not like this at all, since using a lighter tone like white might interrupt the flow of the painting because of the way I had planned the background. You know, guys, I told you I wanted to do some neon effect, right? So I did not want it to be disturbed in any way. And to be completely honest with you guys, I had become obsessed with these sketchy depictions of these characters. So the only thing left for me to do, you guessed it, was to create a sort of sketch that would fit into Vander and do him some sort of justice while following the style. You guys have no idea how many sketches I made trying to plan it out, but some of them were too perfectionistic, some of them were too precise, some others not that sketchy. I just had to find the precise one, the correct one. I just wanted it to fit in perfect. So out of the many options I gave myself trying to do it, there was one that I was like, okay, this one's not that bad. I kind of like it. I consulted it with a couple friends, and I consulted it with my niece and my sister, who are big fans of the show as well, and they gave me the green light, so I thought that was enough for me to include it in the painting. Now that my progress is showing Jinx's Fishbones canon, I do have to mention how much easier it was for me to do this one compared to Vice Gauntlet. I did have to omit the fin, just so it didn't block Jinx's face, and that does bug me a little bit, but I'm satisfied with the overall outcome of it. As a side note, I do have to mention that I had a couple of technical difficulties where I lost some of the footage because the memory got full, and that's when you hear that sound. Yeah, it happened a couple of times, and in one of those times my recording camera died. But hey, I did not miss as much as I did on Vice painting, so that's a plus. I want you guys to know that I have made a couple of super duper tiny paintings. Yeah, when I mean tiny, they're smaller than my hand, and my hand's pretty tiny. But I'll be posting them possibly on shorts within the week, within these next couple of days. So if you guys want to check that out, that would be great. I made 4 tiny paintings, but I only recorded 3 of them because one of them was a test, and I actually needed my full body to figure out some things that I wanted to do with it. You guys will see when the time comes. But the rest are complete, and 2 of them are 2 of the many drinks I learned how to make after attending bartending school. So I hope you guys are satisfied with these upcoming tiny videos, since I might be making more of them due to their tininess, cuteness, and the fact that these are faster to make. But yeah, that's what's coming up in a couple days. Also, I have been thinking, hear me out, about making a series of Arcane characters, like maybe add Echo, Caitlyn, Jace, Victor, and so on and so forth. Maybe mix them around, trying to make them connect, like mix and match. But you guys let me know if that is something you like to see, because I am very excited about that idea. But of course that will be after some time, since there are other things I want to work on. Maybe some digital stuff, maybe some watercolor, maybe a digital watercolor. That sounds interesting. I love experimenting. That'd be great. I would like to try that out. And here they are, the final results. You guys have no idea how much I wanted to finish this project, how much I wanted to see the 2 half faces together, and the time has finally come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Maybe in the comments you can let me know which painting you prefer most, and whether you would like to see me expanding on this series. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Please take care, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!